Picture this. It's 7 p.m. You're in your kitchen. The fridge hums like a low reminder of everything you're not saying. You hear the keys, the door, the footsteps you know by heart. She walks in. No yelling, no drama. Just that look, the one that makes your lungs hold their breath. A sigh follows, quick and quiet, like a verdict handed down by a judge who never needed a jury. And you feel it, that tiny collapse inside your chest. 5 seconds ago you were a man. Now you're a defendant in a trial you didn't know you were still in. I used to think that look was power, that sigh was wisdom, that I had to get better, do better, be better, and the way I'd know I'd arrived would be when the sigh finally disappeared. It never did. Here's the truth I learned the hard way. No one's emotional weather report is your job to manage. Not hers, not his, not anyone's. You are not a thermostat. You are a man. That realization took years off my life to earn. I didn't find it in a book. I found it in the wreckage, the way your spirit gets shaved down one compromise at a time. The way your world shrinks to fit someone else's approval until you barely exist in your own home. Tonight is for the men who forgot themselves. Tonight is for the man who opens his mouth and can't find his own voice. This isn't a speech about blame. It's a speech about boundaries. It's about waking up in your own life and choosing yourself without turning into a villain. So let's walk through the fire, slowly, deliberately, and come out clean on the other side. 1. The slow disappearance. It never starts with screaming. It starts with adjustments. You start choosing peace over truth, silence over friction, compliance over clarity. You tell yourself you're being mature. You tell yourself you're being loving. You say, it's fine. You say, not worth the argument. You say, I'll make it up later. You know what later is? A graveyard of promises you made to yourself and never kept. You stop going to the gym because you're needed at home. You skip the trip with your friends because timing's not good. You give up the hobby because it takes too long. You change the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you think, because friction scares you more than becoming a stranger to yourself. And one day, you look in the mirror and see a version of you that looks tired in the bones. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes, the kind that comes from breaking the contract with yourself, again and again, until you can't trust your own reflection. This is where resentment breeds, not at other people, at you. Because you said yes when no was the truth. You accepted fine when your soul needed real. You traded your life for a fragile peace, and the price kept going up. Here's the first cut of the knife. When you outsource your self-respect to anyone else's approval, you go bankrupt. No one did that to you. You signed the papers. It's not about her. It's about you. 2. The lie of endless accommodation. Let's talk about the myth that keeps men small. If I just do more, give more, sacrifice more, everything will finally be okay. No, it won't. Because accommodation without boundaries isn't love, it's self-erasure. Healthy relationships don't require you to disappear. Healthy love can handle no. Healthy love can handle space. Healthy love can handle differences without turning them into crimes. Here's a hard truth. The more you abandon yourself to please someone, the less anyone can truly respect you, including you. That's not because people are cruel. It's because self-betrayal carries a smell. It tells the world, you can treat me how I treat me. And if you treat yourself like an afterthought, people will line up to agree. There's another lie we swallow, that surveillance equals care. Where are you? Who are you with? Why didn't you reply? It's easy to confuse control with concern when you're hungry to be trusted. But transparency without sovereignty is just a glass box. You're visible, but you're not free. Men, listen. Trust isn't built by proving your innocence every hour. Trust is built by living in line with your values, whether anyone's watching or not. If you need a rule for the rest of your life, here it is. Never trade your integrity for access, not to a relationship, not to approval, not to avoid an argument. If it costs your integrity, it's too expensive. 3. The anatomy of a boundary. Boundaries get a bad reputation because people confuse them with punishments. A boundary isn't a wall you build to keep others out. It's the doorframe that keeps your house from collapsing. Here's how a boundary sounds in real life. I don't accept being spoken to like that. Let's try again later. I'm going to the gym at 6. I'll be back at 7:30. Dinner after. I'm not handing over my phone. If that's a deal breaker, we should talk about trust, not devices. I won't cancel plans last minute unless there's an emergency. My commitments matter. No threats, no drama, no apology for existing, just clarity, plus consistency. If someone hears your boundary and calls it cruelty, manipulation, or not being a team player, understand, they don't want partnership. They want permission. You don't have to fight. You do have to hold. And yes, some people will leave when you stop shrinking. Let them. What leaves when you stand up is not meant to sit on your shoulders. 4. The house always wins if you keep playing their game. There's a casino feeling in unhealthy dynamics. You keep pulling the lever, praying for a jackpot that never comes. Good days, then bad days. Warmth, then ice. A surprise hug, then an invisible crime you didn't know you committed. It's intermittent reinforcement, and it's addictive. The trick is not to win the game. The trick is to stop playing. That means stop explaining your worth. Stop arguing your identity. Stop defending your every move like you're on trial. Stop negotiating with disrespect. You are not a politician campaigning for the right to be yourself. You are a man. Act like it. Walk as if your values pay the rent. Speak as if your words matter, because they do. Say no without a 3-paragraph closing argument. Say yes like you'll have to live with it, because you will. The house only wins when you keep borrowing against your future for a little peace right now. Start paying with truth instead. It hurts less in the long run. 5. The moment everything turns. I remember the day everything changed for me. Biggest promotion of my life. Years in the making. I walked in grinning like a kid. I wanted to share the moment. The response was muted. Not because someone was evil, not because anyone meant harm, but because my life had become a scoreboard. Only one person was allowed to update. My wins didn't count unless they served a narrative I didn't write. Something inside me snapped, quietly, like a lock finally clicking open. I wasn't angry, I was done. Done negotiating with myself, done begging for permission to be proud of my own life, done trading self-respect for temporary calm. I didn't blow anything up. I rebuilt from the studs. I wrote down 3 promises and put them where I'd see them every morning. 1. My values go first. Not my comfort. Not anyone else's mood. My values. 2. No more shrinking. I will not apologize for taking up space in my own life. 3. Love must enhance my life, not replace it. If it costs my dignity, it's not love. Then I did something most men avoid. I told the truth. First to myself. I'm not okay. I'm not respected. I haven't respected myself. I'm not proud of how I've been living. I am changing it. Starting now. No fireworks, no audience. Just a man closing a chapter and picking up his own pen. 6. Rebuilding the man. Practical rules. Grand speeches mean nothing if you don't change your days. So here are rules you can actually live by, not to impress anyone, but to reclaim your center. Rule 1. Win the first hour. Phone stays off. Move your body. Make your bed. Cold water on your face. 10 minutes of quiet. 5 minutes of planning. Build proof you respect yourself before the world gets a vote. Rule 2. Keep promises to yourself like they're sacred. Every time you keep one, you grow. Every time you break one, you shrink. Start small. The workout, the chapter, the call to your brother, the budget you said you'd follow. Rule 3. Define your non-negotiables. Sleep, training, meaningful work, presence with people you love. Schedule them. Protect them. Non-negotiable means exactly that. Not unless someone is upset. Rule 4. Speak in declarations, not disclaimers. I'm going to train. I won't discuss this while we're heated. I'm not okay with that tone. Period. Let silence carry your conviction. Rule 5. Audit your inputs. Friends who only know you as the guy who compromises? Limit their airtime. Content that teaches you to hate. Cut it. Mentors who challenge you with love? Keep them. Rule 6. Respect the consequences of truth. When you stop participating in dysfunction, some dynamics end. That's not failure, it's clarity. You're not losing love, you're losing confusion. Rule 7. Choose clean pain over dirty peace. Clean pain is the discomfort of honesty. Dirty peace is the comfort of pretending. One builds you, the other dissolves you. Rule 8. Do the thing you're avoiding. The hard conversation, the medical check, the budget meeting, the first day back at the gym, the apology you owe, the boundary you've delayed. Freedom is always hiding behind one avoided action. Rule 9. Lead yourself, then lead your life. A man who won't lead himself becomes a passenger in his own story. Decide, then do. Adjust in motion. Rule 10. Let love be a multiplier, not a rescue mission. A healthy partner won't ask you to erase yourself to prove devotion, and you won't ask that of them. 2 whole people. 1 aligned life. 7. Conflict, without carnage. You can love someone and still say no. You can be firm and still be kind. You can hold your ground without crushing anyone. When conflict comes, and it will, run this play. 1. Breathe first, speak second. Oxygen is your first boundary. 2. Name the issue in 1 sentence. If it needs a novel, you're dodging. 3. Own your part, not their story. I was late. That's on me. Not, I'm a terrible person. 4. Set the boundary. I'll talk about this when we're both calm. 5. Exit with dignity if needed. I'm stepping out for a walk. We'll revisit this at 8. No threats. No lecture. Just frame, facts, and follow through. If someone escalates when you de-escalate, understand. They're protecting a pattern, not the relationship. 8. The man you're building. Close your eyes for 10 seconds and picture him, the man you're becoming. He wakes up on time because his word matters even when no one's watching. He trains, not to impress strangers, but to carry the weight of his own life. He works with focus, not because work is worth more than love, but because he refuses to be owned by fear. He is kind because he's strong, not because he's scared. He laughs a lot because his life fits him again. He loves with depth because he's not performing for approval. He says no without rage and yes without neediness. He's not perfect. He's present. He's not invincible. He's accountable. He's not loud. He's anchored. And when someone tries the old moves, the sigh, the surveillance, the shifting rules, he doesn't explode. He opts out, calmly, cleanly, consistently. That calm is not emptiness, it's authority. The quiet that arrives when your inside voice finally matches your outside life. 9. If it ends, let it end. Clean. Some of you will rebuild, and your relationship will transform. Some of you will rebuild, and your relationship will end. Both outcomes can be honest. Both can be good. If it ends, end it clean. No scorched earth, no gossip campaign, no relit arguments from 5 winters ago. Thank the story for what it taught you. Own your part fully. Let the rest go. Close the door with dignity, not drama. You don't need to be right to be free. 10. The return. So we're back in the kitchen, 7 p.m. The fridge still hums. The keys still rattle. The footsteps still approach. The sigh may come. The look may land. Only this time you don't shrink. You stand, not over anyone, in yourself. You make eye contact with the moment, and you don't flinch. If there's a real conversation to have, you'll have it. If there's a boundary to set, you'll set it. If there's an apology to make, you'll make it. If there's a manipulation to ignore, you'll ignore it. Because the contract changed. You are no longer outsourcing your peace. You are no longer trading your dignity for harmony. You are no longer abandoning yourself to be chosen. You choose you, not in a selfish way, in a stewardship way. You are responsible for the ground you stand on. You are responsible for how you show up to your life. You are responsible for what you tolerate, for what you pursue, for what you protect. And when you live like that, something beautiful happens. The people who can love you as you will arrive and stay. The ones who loved a smaller version of you will drift. That's not tragedy. That's alignment. Final instructions for the road. Stop explaining. Start declaring. Stop barging through red flags. Start honoring them. Stop chasing closure. Start choosing clarity. Stop rescuing. Start respecting yourself first. Stop waiting for permission. Start moving with conviction. You don't need anyone to crown you. You don't need anyone to certify your worth. You don't need to earn your right to take up space in your own life. The world changes when you do. Your home changes when you do. Your body, your work, your friendships, your future. They all realign around the man who finally decided to keep the promises he makes to himself. This is not about winning against anyone. This is about winning yourself back. So when the sigh comes, let it come. When the look lands, let it land. When the test appears, don't study. Stand. Tonight you stop shrinking. Tonight you leave the casino. Tonight you switch from surviving to stewarding the one life you've been given. And when you put your head on the pillow, not to escape, but to rest, you'll feel it. The quiet weight of a man in his own skin, a man who finally told the truth and lived it. That is peace, that is freedom, that is the life waiting on the other side of your boundaries. Now go live it.